Ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker's teaser trailer over at Star Wars Celebration just over 3 months ago, it left a lot of fans very excited and eager for the upcoming trailer 2 of this movie by director J.J. Abrams, Chris Terrio, and even creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to be a revelation film. It's going to have a lot of twists and turns that will lead to saga-wide implications that will change our view of all past 8 Star Wars films that come before this one. Now, with that being said, what's really intriguing about all of this is that these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming trailer 2 of this movie, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of Kylo Ren standing on a large stage with a First Order flag behind him, where it's described that a large shadow is looming behind Kylo Ren. It's said that this shadow is in the shape of Darth Vader behind Kylo, as Kylo is described to be looking up at one of the Vader statues that he recovered from one of the Dark Temples in between the events of Episodes 8 and 9. The Vader statue appears to have some cracks and moss grown over the structure that Kylo collected and brought onto his First Order Ravager ship. The next describes a sequence in which Rey is wielding her ignited lightsaber and running away from 3 headless AT-AT walkers. It's described that with each blast that Rey dodges, it creates a large explosion with dirt flying in the air, where as Rey is running away from the walkers, she is also blocking blaster fire and deflecting them away from incoming Sith troopers. Another describes a moment in which Luke's Force Ghost voice can be heard talking about the ancient Jedi, where Luke's voice is said to play over a shot of Rey rock climbing up a wall that leads to a land full of statues of ancient Jedi and lore. Additionally, it's said that Luke begins to talk about Rey being the last hope to continue and save the Skywalker bloodline. Now lastly, a description of both Rey and Kylo Ren in a standoff with their ignited lightsabers, where it's said that as they are about to attack each other, they begin to hear the laughter of a new villain that is said to be a mixture of Palpatine and Matt Smith's laugh. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to have a lot of connections to the prequels and the originals, as well as inserting new material that fans have never seen before on the big screen. I want to go over one shot description that is very similar to what they did with The Phantom Menace. It seems like JJ is really paying homage to what they did during the marketing of The Phantom Menace. So we have a moment in which there is a looming Darth Vader shadow over of course the shoulder of Kylo Ren while he's on the stage of the First Order on board of his Ravager ship, where the First Order flag is behind Kylo Ren, but there's a large Darth Vader shadow that looms behind Kylo Ren as he is about to make a speech. Now, what's actually really interesting is that it ends up being a large Vader statue that Kylo is looking up at, that Kylo collected in between the events of Episodes 8 and 9 from one of the Dark Temples. In case you guys did not know, there are over a dozen Dark Temples that are scattered throughout the galaxy, including the unknown regions, where if one or all of them actually are activated, it leads one to go over to the beyond, to the very center of the beyond. Now, we can really see what they're trying to do with this film. This is yet another great way to pay great respect to the marketing material of The Phantom Menace, where we saw young Anakin with the Vader shadow looming over him on Tatooine. They're doing something similar here in a sense with the character of Kylo Ren. And at the same exact time, they are doing it in a different way, where what's really causing the shadow of Darth Vader is the legitimate statue of Vader that Kylo Ren collected that he is actually looking at. So this isn't just a piece of symbolism for, of course, like what they did with The Phantom Menace, because in The Phantom Menace film, you didn't really see it as much as you will in, of course, The Rise of Skywalker with Kylo Ren here. Now, the other thing that I do want to go over is, of course, the moment in which there is said to be voiceover work of Luke Skywalker talking about the ways of the ancient Jedi and explaining how Rey is the last hope to save and continue the Skywalker bloodline. Now, this most likely is in reference to Rey turning Ben Solo back to the good side, taking Kylo Ren and destroying him and bringing Ben back as a good man once again. That's most likely what Kylo is, that's most likely what Luke is referring to right here, is all about Kylo Ren. And it all has to do with Rey turning him back to the good side, from what it seems. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over that's really intriguing is the moment in which we have both Rey and Kylo Ren face to face, about to attack each other with their lightsabers, where ultimately they begin to hear the laughter of a sinister figure that is said to be the mixture of Palpatine's laugh and Matt Smith's laugh in an echo-like fashion. Now, this without a doubt is telling us that the new villain / Palpatine will have somewhat of a tease in the upcoming trailer 2 in Episode 9, which is always nice. But we also know that this film is going to be very dark in comparison to the past 2 movies. In fact, JJ's goal is to make parts of this movie darker than that of Episode 3. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. And thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.